got the music playing.
Let's go.
Hey, I can't go too loud with that. Welcome to the Coastly Distinct Podcast. This is your boy DJ KO. I'm glad you guys came and tuned in to the show. Thank you guys for subscribing to the show. We have a great show for you guys today. We have this young lady you might see in these Houston streets, and she's doing some powerful things in our community. And we wanted to bring her up here and just talk to her. So everybody, I would like you guys to meet the special guest for today, Miss Jazmin Anderson. Hey.
Woo. Hey, everyone. I'm so excited you brought me on the show.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm excited to be here and hear all these wonderful questions you're going to have for me.
Really? I don't know about all that. Behind the scenes, look, we had great energy. We had great conversation.
True.
I see why people love you so much, because you have a good spirit.
You know, I try.
You try. Yeah, I try. So, Jazmin, tell the people, where are you from? First of all.
I'm from California, Los Angeles.
Are you?
Yes.
What part of LA?
I want to say the Valley and Long Beach. Grew up kind of going in both.
How long you been here?
Oh, I've been here at least 10 years.
Oh, you're a Houston girl. You're a Houstonian.
You know, I got that Houston now in me. I'm like half Houston, half LA.
So you
going on
in LA? When I was in LA, every single female used to wear high heels to the pool.
No way.
Every
See,
single
I
woman.
don't know why, but for me, I was a tomboy. I was a tomboy in LA. It was Houston who made me. The girls was wearing their heels and stuff. It was a whole different story.
Really?
It was a whole different story. The girls in LA were more like tennis shoes, jeans, you know, tank top, stuff like that.
Right.
Here, Texas, no. High school, they're wearing their heels. Middle school, heels, extensions, makeup. It was like you had to come bringing it when you came to,
I think
to Texas.
But Texas, to me, well, even though I'm here now, but prior to that, say 10 years ago, it was all country. Cowboy boots, cowboy hats,
Not in
big
school.
buckles. You know what I'm
The
saying?
girls, though, not the girls.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you like
Which it was good for me because once I literally was a tomboy. You wouldn't even believe it. Like the Jordans, Air Forces, no makeup, no dresses, like fitted caps.
That's dope.
I was a tomboy to the T. So me coming here, I want to say I was like, it probably was longer than 10 years, probably like 13 years. And when I came here, I actually joined a club, and it was called Ladies of Elegance. It was a step club because I loved the step team. And that's what actually started me maturing into the woman.
Dancing step or like
Step,
one,
like the
two,
step team,
three.
like the whole routine,
okay,
dancing.
like a sorority type step.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
And so they had that in high school. I came like senior year and joined that. And that kind of really opened that whole woman side for me because we had to dress up on Wednesday. So that Wednesday dressing up kind of was like, okay, you got to step into these heels. You got to bring it up. So it kind of had me transition, which I'm kind of blessed because who knows if I would have stayed in that too long. That tomboy stayed a little too much longer. You know,
you'd been
so
something else. But I'm glad you came out of that.
Yeah.
Beautiful sister, by the way.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this: the difference between LA and Houston. Your biggest takeaway from LA that you enjoy in Houston versus Houston to LA.
Well, what I really like about Houston is you can really build something here.
Okay.
Like, I really love that you can be the first to do something and bring your idea, your business here.
Right.
LA, it's like everyone's got those same ideas. Everyone's building it. It's like a way faster track in LA. So Houston is more for people who want to start something, start a new business, start your headquarters. I think Houston is a place to kind of put yourself on the map.
Yeah, that's dope because I know when I first came here, I'm from Louisiana. One thing about Louisiana, I love my people. You know what I'm saying? I love the whole thing about it, but one thing about
Look at him, y'all.
hold up, Hotline Bling, y'all gotta watch out, man.
Look,
Hotline
during
Bling.
my interview, you see how he doing?
Hey, y'all chill out over here, man. So look, now one thing about New Orleans, it's like the people are cool, the people are down to earth, they friendly, but for as like you said, building something, building a culture, or building business for self is hard unless you're in that circle.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be like a
you got to be
attorney,
already
a
kind of doing
politician.
it, or
Right.
your family's doing it already.
Right. Right. So let's talk about. I know you do 100 things. You're an author, you're an entrepreneur, you're an actress. You everything. We gonna get into that.
I'm just doing what I can do. Yes.
So look, first of all, where did this hustle come from? Like I see, because you have a bright spirit.
Thank you.
Right. So I call it a Sprite.
Oh, that's the new one, the Sprite.
A Sprite Spirit, right?
Got a Sprite Spirit.
Spritey,
okay.
right?
Okay.
What's the motto for Sprite?
For real, I'm gonna need to know.
I forget.
Because we could just keep it, the light until you know what the Sprite one means.
I get it. Yeah, but you have a Spritey Spirit, so like, what did the hustle come from?
I want to say, I know it's in my blood because my grandfather was an entrepreneur to the fullest. Okay. So I feel like as I grew up, I learned about that. He passed away when I was younger, but I feel like me learning my history, what people did in my family, came from my great-grandfather. But really for me, I always was on my grind. I don't know if it's just because I wanted certain things when I was young. And my parents, like, it was 3 of us. So it was kind of like you only got what you really needed. Right. And for me, I was like, no, I want that extra. You want that extra when you're growing up, whether it's the shoe, whatever it was, the jersey. I wanted, like, exclusive stuff. So I started working, like, young. I want to say middle school. I was selling the candy. I was selling candy out my bag.
Oh, you was hustling.
I learned how to. I really was. I learned how to braid hair. I practiced on my own hair. So I want to say it was young because I wanted certain things, and my parents weren't just. I didn't get allowance. I didn't just get money. Like I didn't. They didn't just have it.
You was poor.
Well, I wasn't poor because they took care of us. Okay. But they wasn't giving no extra money. Like.
Got you.
No, you said, like, I was good. I was taken care of, and it was no extra. I wanted extra. So so I had to figure out ways. I would wash cars. I did a lemonade stand, nail thing, young, like, I'm telling you, middle school, high school. I paid for my own prom, got my car. Like, really? I'm telling you, I was on my grind younger because I feel like, I guess my parents had 3 kids, and they were young parents. Okay. So they just felt like, hey, you got a roof over your head, you got food, you good. And for me, I'm like, no, I want to have like these things.
So hold on, let me back up from this. So hold up, you were in middle school, you had a lemonade stand, you doing braids. That is not average or normal for a 14-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, I literally had the candy that I sold was the one, those little strips, and I would put Kool-Aid with them.
Oh, the little pixie sticks?
Yes. Yeah, so I had like those little things. So I think I sold like $2.
That's old school for the youngsters.
Yeah, that's old school. Them strips, they need to bring that back. But I literally sold those young, and I don't even know how the idea came. And I'm glad my dad and them let me sell. And I was at a private school. And I went to Marcus Garvey School. So I don't know if anyone knows it, but that was a middle school, really popular in LA. And yeah, I was selling those candies because we didn't have those snacks. Right. So that was what? 8th grade, 7th grade.
So you basically did what's the thing? The need. It was a need, so you supplied the need.
True.
Early. So you had a vision as an entrepreneur.
Right.
You saw
and didn't even know that.
Right. So it's something you was born with, right? So having that vision, right, in these Houston streets.
Right, Houston
in
now.
These Houston streets, right?
H-Town now.
And you saying that you was I ain't gonna say needy. Or can I say needy?
I wouldn't say needy, just
a person that wanted more.
Yeah, you wanted the fullness of life.
So what's the fullness, right? So what does that mean? So for instance, all right. So if a man meets a woman, right, and she says, "I want the fullness out of life,"
true.
And the man might say, yeah, I have the fullness. I have, a job. I have, a car. I sell little snowballs on the side or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What is the fullness out of life? What is that?
So the fullness actually would probably be the traveling,
okay.
You're going to go see your family. I wouldn't say necessarily material things, but just being able to see the world. Okay. Like, I like to travel, so I like to go see different places. I would like to go visit family when I want to. Just being able to do the things you want. Right. I would say that's the fullness of life. Like, if I want to create something or have an idea to do it, I have the resources to do that. I feel like that's the fullness because you kind of built that around yourself. So any idea you have, you can bring it to life. And to me, that's the fullness because you're able to fully be who you are called to be by bringing it to life.
Right. Do you believe in, I believe Do you believe in God?
Yes, of course.
So you believe in like the spiritual interaction, and I think the Bible speaks about the fullness of joy.
True.
Right, the same thing you said, fullness of life. So that
True.
it's like a parallel. So that that makes sense. I'm
Thank you.
praying up in here, girl.
Look,
Hey,
go on and get it. Go on and get it.
in the name of what offering? Pastor offering.
No, but that's true though.
Yeah, because like I was telling you earlier, the last couple of shows, I've been dealing with a lot of people that's been manifesting things in life.
That's awesome.
And it's good to have people like that around you, because if nobody's manifesting stuff around you, what's the purpose of them being around?
It's going to be hard.
I mean?
You're trying to get stuff out. If you're around people who are all down. And you know what? I switched saying that because you can try to help them while they are in that space, because I feel like a lot of times we feel like people are going through stuff and we just want to move them to the side because they're going through it. And I feel like that's your time to be a blessing. Like that's your time to pull them out of it. So I feel like you should try to pull them out of it. But if they're steadily wanting to stay in that space, then okay, like I try to bring you out, but you want to stay there, because they have to choose to do different. They have to choose to be better.
So what you mean? All right, so what you mean by that? Like pulling somebody out? Because this is what I believe. I believe that everything happens for a reason.
True.
Time and place, right? So I don't really try to force. I'm just saying, this is me.
No, I agree.
I don't try to force myself or force my ideals because that person might not be ready to receive that at that time.
But I feel like the timing, if they come to you or if that's a time, like I feel like everything is meant to be, like it's whether for them to recognize it or not. Right. Like you might not know that, but if you say someone comes to you, they're really going through it and you're in a position you can help, right? You can make that choice to say, okay, give them those lessons, whatever comes to you that you feel you should tell that person. And it's up to them to take that advice. It's up to them to take that and apply it to what they're doing or not. And I feel like more people are more to push people to the side. Like, no, you got to go do it on your own. No, you got to go, instead of being that strength why somebody needs it. And then if they don't see the value in it, or if they don't see that, if you don't see them making the changes that they need to, then you can push them to the side. But I feel like so many times we feel like people are going through mental things. We just feel like we don't want to be anywhere by it. Right. We don't want to have anything to do with it.
I don't want to be around that.
Well, I get it, but you could try because but they need someone to get pulled out. Because what if you in that energy for a little bit? You just need somebody to say, hey, come on, let's go on here. No. Let's go on a little.
No. Some people in it, and some people are like, they want to be in that.
And those are the people you leave there. Right. But I'm saying some people, it just could take you saying, let's go have lunch, and it'll bring them out of it. It could just take you saying, look, I believe in you. What was that idea you had? It could take you just making them smile. It could be you just taking them, outside, getting out of that house. You know, it could be something little that could bring them out. But if they just want to, like you said, then it's people who want to stay stuck. Then you leave those people, because they have to make that choice. It's their life. Right.
Yeah. And what's crazy, like especially when you're dealing with business, a young woman like you, dealing with different people who have different ideals, and you're trying to do more.
Exactly.
And the average person isn't, they do that 30 years 401k and that's it.
True.
So they might be looking at you and be like, why are you doing all that? You don't need to do all that. You know what I'm saying? But, that's the world we live in, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So let's talk about, I want to talk about these books that you have up here.
Okay, let's talk about them.
Hey, she ready. I should fast forward. Zip.
Look, whatever. I'm going to be ready because I'm going to just be real about it. So whatever comes, it comes.
So everybody, Jazmin has, she brought 2 books up here, and we talked about it briefly, but we're going to get into it. The first book I want to talk about is Live Fully.
Yes, Live Fully.
Live Fully journal. So talk about that.
No, well, first I have the Live Fully book.
Okay.
And this is first, and the journal is like a plus with it.
Okay.
And so Live Fully, I did 2017. That was my first book. As a journalist, me being a journalist, hearing other people's stories. Okay. I really wanted to use all of the wisdom that I've learned doing these interviews and also in my life to encourage people. Someone gave me the idea, hey, you should do a book. I'm like, oh, a book? Oh, I never thought about that. And it just kind of spiraled from that. And I'm just glad because if you have certain people around you, imagine I had no one around me to say, you should do that. Right. So that was great for them to tell me about it. Then I did my research and brought it to life. But I want to say the book Live Fully is all about just empowering yourself. Like because we all have times. We all have struggles. Absolutely. We all have very challenging times in life. And this book is just to help get you back on track. Like, say you're off a little bit, maybe you lost your job, maybe you went through a breakup, maybe, you know, you've had something tragic happen in your life and you just feel like, man, I just need a little upbeat. I just need a little something to snap me back.
Yeah.
The words and the pages in here are to motivate you each chapter to bring you back to yourself. And that's something I had to do from personal experience. That's why I wrote it, because it was something I didn't see in the library, or I didn't see in the self-help area, because that was my spot. Self-help area, I stayed in the self-help. When I'm going through, y'all, before I became an author, that was my place.
What was your rituals? Like, what did you do?
I would go to Barnes and Nobles and I would like look for a book to help me figure out more about myself, because I felt like that would help me get out of my mood. Like when I was in like dark places, I would go to Barnes and Nobles right there in Deerbrook, and I would just look for a book that just had something about me or something motivational to help me not feel sad, help me get out of that energy. And I really didn't have the book because I wanted to write. And I was like, there's not a book really where I could just write in there. And I think I saw it one time. And so that's why I made it where you can write in it, because I feel like it makes it more personal. You asking yourself more certain questions, and it helps you bring back that focus. It helps you refocus on what's important, why you're here, what you need to be doing.
Oh, that's dope.
Instead of being in that sad place, it's like, okay, no, let's get a reminder. Let's get back on track.
So basically what you're saying, if I'm not mistaken, you're talking about the transitions in life.
Yes.
Right, and how you deal with the transitions in life. Not just the transitions, but at that moment, how you felt when you was writing this book. So in doing that, you put a place in there to where they can fill in how they feel when the moment when you felt this way.
Exactly.
So they can express themselves kind of, sort of.
But it's more of like it's questions. So it's you answering questions. And then, of course, it's like an area where you can just write. But the whole focus is to get your mind to back refocus on what's important, and basically motivational things you're hearing to get you back in a better mood, get you out of that mood you was in.
So what makes you unfocused?
I would say, like I just said.
Consistent unfocus.
A consistent unfocus. Man, relationships for one
that's
always one right there.
My goodness.
A relationship can always, it depends on what kind of relationship. Let's say that. Because not all relationships. So let's say that too, because you have the good relationships and the great guys who bring value, who help build you and help motivate you.
Yes.
And then you have the ones who come to just mess it all up, just mess your emotions just up. So
that's what we
it
here
just
for.
depends.
That's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? We here for it.
Not to mess up people. Like, you know, you want to add and bring life to a person. You want to feel like you're helping them do better. You want to help, you know, feel like, well, not just feel like it, but to do those things.
But, you know, I also believe this. I believe in life, right? With male, female, everybody, it's a time and a season for everybody in your life. And that's up to you to dictate what they're there
for. But
it's
up to you to make that choice.
Correct.
Because a lot of times we literally are choosing who to have those lessons from. So if you know from get-go, most of the times we know before we get in a relationship if we should be in it or not. Most of the times we see signs before we even get into that. So it's really what you're choosing to go through, what path you're choosing to take a longer journey, lesson that you feel like, oh, you didn't know that lesson, or you didn't notice that. Okay, well, let me teach you.
You know what it is?
For the next one.
You know what it is? I think this is what I think.
Okay.
Women, I'm gonna say women in general. Women see something that's on their list, so they rather take that what's on their list versus the stop sign or the red flag. They were like, well, he doesn't have a job, but you know what? He is so fine.
I would say some women, but it just depends on what area in your life you are. Because I think the more mature you are, the more you see it's not about the physical. You know, of course, that's an added plus, but I feel like that's not top of your list when you just mature more, knowing what you want out of a man. You like, okay, the good looks is cool, but most of the times they don't got to be just extra fine.
Come on,
you know
girl.
You want somebody who looks decent.
I'm
saying you want someone who looks decent. Like, I will, like, you know, I'll balance it. It don't have to be like you weigh just extra. I don't gotta have you just weigh extra.
Jazmin,
I'll have you look.
If this man
look good. He look decent. He doing with his part. Cool. I'm more with the person. Okay. Because the physical, it could change. What if an accident? You know, just so much could happen.
We understand
not
that.
To focus on the physical.
We talking about real life.
I'm talking about real life. Because I used to be that chick, like wanting the dude, okay, especially young. Like, oh, he has to drive this. Oh, he has to look like this. Oh, everything has to be like this. And I think as you experience it, the people who are, a lot of times they need to heal.
Okay.
And a lot of times they're not healed. Those people who you feel look all extra good and that's it. Like, they have a lot of healing they need to do. So they're not able to, not everyone, but I'm just saying the ones particularly that I was choosing needed to be healed.
The dope boys.
A little bit more. And I've been young, young. I'm still young, but younger. And I just feel like it's all a lesson, all about what you choosing. And you learn from that experience. Okay, this is what I liked about that relationship. This is what I didn't. This is what I want to be better.
Right.
And things like that. And you'll always be fine.
So the Live Fully journal does it have a lot of information about relationships and failed relationships?
It's not about relationships. It's about you. So these books are focused strictly on you knowing who you are more.
Okay.
It's really self-help, like self-learning, self-awareness, like understanding the things you want. And a lot of people, they haven't been asking themselves certain questions about, like, you can, like, any chapter, any book from the Live Fully journal, Live Fully book, it's like I'm talking about your mind shift, how you should live on purpose, how your words have power.
Yes.
So it's all with what you should be doing. And I think a lot of times we can forget the simple things, you know, your values, with your principles, things like that, just to get that reminder.
Yeah, I tell everybody, it's this book I always read, and it's so simple. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff.
Okay, I might have to check that out.
It's a small read. It's probably about 20 pages, but it basically talks about the basic things in life.
And sometimes you need just that little reminder.
The basic things. Like, for instance, my prayer every morning is like, God, thank you for the little things that people take it for granted.
That's
Going
true.
to the bathroom in the morning, people take that for granted.
I'm saying.
Like,
some
for
people
real.
can't even do that.
At all. And I came to that realization when one of my friends was in a hospital. He had heart surgery. And he couldn't do nothing. This was years ago. But I'm just saying, I just thought about that. I was like, man, I could get up and go to the bathroom on my own. I could think on my own.
True.
I could activate things on my own. And the average person, well, some people can't do that.
That's so true.
Yeah, but
we have to, like, even seeing, walking, everything, you breathing just normally, your immune system.
COVID.
Just everything, yeah.
Look, one of my homegirls called me today. She was like, I said, where you been at? She's like, I've been in the hospital for 14 days on a ventilator.
Wow.
I was like, why? I said, you got COVID? She said, yes.
Oh, wow.
I was like, geez, Louise, that fast?
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's happening like this. I said, I got to repent or something.
Right. So it's like, just to be thankful for that, like to have your immune system be strong where you're okay during these times.
Right. So let's talk about the other book.
Okay.
A
Powerful Woman. Activate your power now. So that book I released this year, January. And that baby right there, that book was a blessing for me to put a book like that. I have like a futuristic look if you see the cover. It's a whole field with a woman just basically like recharging herself. Because I feel like so many times we're not recharging ourselves. We're here, we're there, we're everywhere, but focusing on the things we want. What are the things that are important to us? Like, we're so busy trying to fill everyone else's cup and not filling our own cup.
That's good.
Or charging ourselves.
I like that.
Yeah, because like I always say this, like, we charge our phones, our tablet, everything, the camera, everything needs to be charged. But a lot of times we're not charging ourselves. Like, imagine if we had an outlet. Are you charging yourself back to get your power? Are you charging yourself back to get that energy thing that you need?
I'm going to use that.
But it's true, though, because we're not. We just feel like, we're just supposed to keep going. And sometimes you need to read a book. You need to do something to recharge yourself. Give yourself back that energy you need so you can really be equipped to do all that you were called to do.
So what charges you? What charges you, and what have you been charging that's not
beneficial?
What have you
been charging?
Hey.
What that's not beneficial? Because I've been making wise choices lately.
Okay. All right.
So, look, everything now is purposeful. Everything I'm doing now, I feel like I'm doing the best I can to be on purpose and seeing the alignment. Okay. And if it doesn't, then I'm slowly moving it to the side. Like, no, that's not going to work. No. I can't just be talking just to be talking. I can't just be doing this just to be doing it, Right. And I'm a mom too, you guys. My son's about to be 9. So I have a 9-year-old son as well. So just trying to be the best example in how he should do things, and also the things that I want to have to look out for, making sure he's good as well.
So where's your balance?
My balance,
because it seems like you're positive, but you're over positive. Like you're doing so much other stuff. Like what balances that out?
So I would say my son probably helps balance it out, and me journaling, I think, helps me keep a balance, because whatever is too much for me, or I feel like I just feel overshadowed or over too much, then I'll have to write it to get it off of me. Or I'll have to work out, do some type of running or something to kind of bring my balance into play. So I would say that keeps me balanced, and just reminding myself of the things that I want to do. So I have my boards, I have my vision boards in my house. I have the pictures of things all around me. So from my bathroom to when I wake up to my office in my house. So I think those things help too, keep you balanced, because it keeps your mind focused. Even if you're down or you're not really, if you just see a picture of something, it's like a quick reminder, okay, I could be doing this. Yes. Okay, I need to be doing that. And that helps.
That works. But you know what the ultimate balance is?
Oh, what?
A man. Jeez, Louise, come on, man. Just go ahead and get one of them.
Oh, my goodness. See, I can't really say that until I'm probably married.
No, we ain't talking about marriage. I'm talking about
you can say that dating. You could say, you know what? I'm not even going to, I'm going to be real.
All right, talk about it.
Because I really do. I am talking with someone, and he actually writes me a message every single day. And I've known him almost 2 years. So every single day, I'm learning new vocabulary, everyone. So every day there's like a word topic, and it's like a whole thing on his feelings from me. Like I said, I'm going to write a book from these messages. Right? Because I think that helps me too, because it helps where I don't have to have any doubt. Mm-hmm. It helps where I'm like so sure of this person has my back. This person has me. This person is making sure my best interest. Like, that's dope. If I need anything, or if I feel short or anything, I feel I have someone I could go to. So I think that is important too. So I'll give credit there. Okay. You're right. Talking about the man.
Because that's what ultimate balance is. I think while we was created, male and female, we was created to balance each other out.
That's so true.
But now we could get deeper in that. I'm gonna give you a gem, right?
Okay. Go ahead.
All right? If a man doesn't have a vision, let him go.
That's true.
Because now, if he doesn't,
but what if they older and they already did their vision?
Well, y'all just passing time. Y'all just having fun.
What if he help you on your vision?
Y'all just having fun. Look.
No, I'm saying, because a lot of times it depends on where you meet a person.
Yeah.
What age and area of their life? Because a lot of people feel like they've already accomplished their vision. They've already done it. And they'll retire or they'll finish early.
You talking to 60 years?
I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
Oh my God. That's what you said? Oh my God.
I did not say that.
Jeez. I heard she say it. That's what she's saying. His vision is gone.
No. No, you did not. No. Because sometimes you have people who are investors. They have like investment stocks. They have other people they invest. That's just their vision is to invest in other people. So don't do that. Don't be trying to make.
I don't know.
No, because the guy I talked to, he does that. He's like more the investor, the stocks, all of that life.
How old is he?
He's in his 40s.
Okay, 40 what? 9?
I ain't giving all the extra. I'm not giving. But you wrong for that. Somebody lost the vision. You need to stop.
I'm like, he about to die. What's going on? He lost his vision. What's going on here?
No, some people, even young people, they'll retire early because if they had an idea and they brought it to life, they can just keep working on it. It's not like, they finding a new vision every other day or every other week. It's like, no, that same vision, they continue to work on it. So it's there. You can help add value to it. But at the same time, if they start at a young age, it's already working itself.
Right.
So it's that kind of thing. Don't be trying. Can y'all believe he tried to play me?
Look, I'm sorry.
That was so wrong.
We talking about powerful women here, girl. Come on now.
We talking about powerful women. You talking about some.
Vision is dead.
No, vision is never dead. Let's not say that.
Okay.
I would say it just depends on the level of your vision, because I think depending on your age, you might, like, I'm 30. I'm 31 right now. So, I don't know, people 21. In their 20s.
I thought you was 21.
Oh, that's so sweet. No, so, just certain people. You wrong trying to press the little button on me. Y'all be over here trying to play me. Stop. But anyway, no, your vision, I feel like we all have different kind of visions with what we want. So it might be a career, might be a business. Some people, it might be just a family. Some people, it might be to help other people, be of service. So it doesn't have to be some big lavish vision. Some people feel like that's what it has to be for their purpose and things like that. But your purpose is just naturally what you want to do.
Yes. Naturally
what you feel you're doing. It could be just you knowing how to do something software wise and no one else knows how to do that. You creating some tech, or you just servicing, helping people, or cooking. Maybe you cook some really good food that's healthy and it heals people. That could be your purpose. So I think some people get caught so much in feeling it needs to be some big old lavish, big TV thing for it to be a purpose. Right. And it could be something just so simple because you do it naturally. That's naturally your place, what you were supposed to bring life to.
So let me ask you this. And this is in closing, because I know you getting passionate. I see it. You getting passionate over here.
Look, y'all see him. He want to calm me down when I'm getting passionate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's in store? Well, let me say this. What does Jazmin have in store, and what is she wanting to put out there in the atmosphere and receive?
In regards to business?
Self. It's anything. Business, self, family, friends.
Like, I just want to make sure I'm understanding it correctly, what you're asking. So are you saying where I see myself in entirety, what I'm doing? Or are you saying where I see myself, the businesswoman that I will be?
Both.
Okay. Let me go and break them both down then. So I definitely...
I'm gonna hit the button on you, not
I'm definitely, my vision is to be a media proprietor. That is my main thing. Like, I really want to dominate with media. Like, I have JTV. I'm building the app and everything. But I do want to have, like, a network that's global. That is, like, a place where content is informative to people. Like, you can watch it with your kids. Like, just very informative to the human race. So no set boundary, just like being a human, period. It just uplifts you to wanting to be better. So I do see that for myself. Also, I have it's just other visions too. So just me completing all of the visions that I have, because I have 7. So me seeing all those come to life, I feel that's when I can see those set and I have a dynasty and I have something built that I can pass to my child and it can be generational. Right. That is where I see business wise. Okay, I've done that. I left a mark here. These books, this is part of leaving a mark because they'll always be here. Yes. Me having them in the library, me having them there, it'll be something that's kind of still here on earth whenever that time comes.
That's dope. I like your energy, man.
Thank you.
You got to come back.
Of course, because we didn't get to... Y'all, he tried to have me get ratchet a little bit.
Well, before we came on, she was over there and talking about her ratchetness, righteousness.
Righteousness.
She's like, I'm not ratchet at all. What is ratchet? I was like, girl, stop it.
Oh, my goodness.
So, Jazmin, look, let the people know where they can find you, where they can find the books, your IG, your websites, JTV, whatever,
So, you can definitely... find all the information about me at JazminAnderson.com. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Jazmin Anderson Official. If you'll be able to find all the links there if you just go to at Jazmin Anderson Official, JAZMIN Anderson Official. Everything should pop up from Live Fully Book to the Powerful Woman book, and you'll be able to actually be a part of all of the events I put on. So I just got through putting on a Live Fully experience. And I also put on a Powerful Woman Showcase. And I have another one coming up in November in LA. So follow so you can kind of keep up with the events that are taking place, because they're all set to inspire the individual, help take you to the next level and what you have going on and what you need, and to put you in that atmosphere with other individuals who are like-minded, that you can work with, you can collaborate with. That's the biggest thing, to be around people who you can collaborate and build something with. As well. It's hard by yourself, but if you do it with someone, it can be easier and go further. It can really last.
Amen.
Yeah, or man. You really pushed me on this man. Look, y'all, he is not playing. He like jazz.
I'm trying to get her a man in these.
Look.
COVID streets.
I'm just trying to get I feel like I have to have things set up first because I can't be wanting the guy to have these things and me not have all of the things.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. So
I'm gonna say that.
Look,
I'm gonna say that.
So when a person gets into a serious relationship or whatever it is, nothing's gonna be prepared. It's like y'all gotta build that together. Like if you're looking for somebody said this. If you're looking for the perfect picture, you'll never find it.
I'm not saying perfect picture. I'm just saying, a lot of times people, women or man, we have like a whole list of things we want from the other individual.
Oh, I know.
And a lot of times we're not even some of those things on that list. And I just feel like people need to focus on their self-building that, whether they get out of a relationship, it didn't work. And when that is flowing, when that is going, yeah, you're going to get people coming to you, but you have to choose what's the right one, what's the right next move. And I think that's the most important thing, is not just going anywhere with anyone just because they're coming. Like, no, you need to have a set.
You know what I think? I think you're going to find your destiny this weekend. I spoke it into existence, so it's going to happen.
Oh, I'm going to be with the person I was telling you about this weekend.
The 60-year-old.
Oh my gosh, y'all see, he just made me you're going to make him like, dang, you just making him, stop. First of all, said he was 45. No, but don't say, he can't be older than my dad. Don't say that.
Oh, okay, well.
Don't do that.
It's all good. Shout out to all the old people.
But I guess, you know what? Let's say maybe people who mentality, they might have to date older. Like I have always had to date older than me just because of the mentality.
You can't date no average 31-year-old boy.
I can't be dating a guy my age.
Nah, because you're going to run over him.
Unless they really own it. Like they have to be, I'm like the woman, I need to be mentally stimulated. Like I really need things where you're teaching me. I need you like placing, okay, this is missing, this is what you need to add, this is what needs, not me trying to show you all the pieces and then we're trying to add the pieces. Like, no. So I am a person, I do date older for sure.
Yeah, I can tell. Clearly.
Oh,
but anyway, we got to get up out of here because I know Jazmin has to go. She has to go to Bible study. So
first of all, it's the Live Fully study group.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry.
Y'all, you just...
Bible study, Live Fully.
On Thursday, make sure y'all tune in with the books.
You guys, make sure you guys hit Jazmin up as Jazmin Anderson Official on IG, and all her links are there. Make sure you check her out. Make sure you go purchase the book. Make sure you go support her. She's a beautiful person, beautiful spirit. I like her.
Thank you.
She's coming back on the show. We're gonna have a Black Empowerment Houston women's deal, and I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna get on that ass.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get on
We're gonna get real deep in. We're gonna get deep in.
So, but guys, I thank you guys for tuning into the show. This is the Culturally Distinct Podcast with DJ KO. I'm gonna holla at y'all. I love y'all. Peace. Hey, everybody, get your song.